Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Drunkards and Dragons, a show where we roll some dice and have some drinks and try to die to either of those things. We're going to start things off a little bit different this week. Usually I do a little bit of a recap and talk about what happened, but it's better than me saying everyone learned a bunch of stuff last week. So I'm going to turn the floor over to our players here, and they can tell me what they learned, what their characters are thinking, and from their perspective what happened last week. So you guys get that kind of personal view as opposed to just me spouting off lore facts again. So, and I'm just going to drink while you guys talk. So.
Oh.
I'm just going to say, refer to last week's video.
Oh.
That is true.
Nice.
If you want to know everything word for word, you can watch last week's video, which is on YouTube now, and that link is down below.
I think the lore keeper, the one who actually read through everything and wrote stuff down, should recap in his own wise words.
Ah, yes. So, first and foremost, Vino is totally lame. I think everyone knows that now, and Varys is afraid of gnomes for some reason.
Does yet to be proven.
No, I definitely proved that.
You're afraid of gnomes.
I definitely proved that last week. Easily dispatching both of his guards. I also learned deepest lore. Like, Ithlin is all about that. That was pretty great. I feel like, though, we don't know... Did we decide on, like, where we're going to go from here?
Yes.
I don't remember that. We're going...
No.
I decided we were going to Banyang.
Is that what we decided?
We conversed among ourselves.
I don't remember that part.
It's because you don't give a shit about the rest of the party. You just do your own thing.
True.
You were off, like, kicking Vino's ass and shit.
Yes, this is accurate.
But no, we had the conversation.
So-
We figured out, like, the 4 locations, or the
What are some of the things you guys learned last
locations
week?
left.
So we're all gonna
Riddles.
die.
Riddles about where dragons are.
The apocalypse is happening.
Yep.
I learned that Ithlin is one of those people that loses his shit when he believes the world's going to end.
I have a lot of stuff that I have to do still. That
feel like-
requires the world being around.
Sure. I feel like he kind of loses his mind whenever he just finds out a lot of lore. Like, he got really into that book.
I got like a massive lore dump,
And then he
it was
couldn't
like
really
the best.
verbalize what he learned. He was just
I met the
screaming,
descendant
"Apocalypse
of a
is
great
coming!"
hero, who also himself was a hero, as portrayed through his
Oh,
many
that
portraits.
part was also a lie.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah,
forgot
but
about that.
he believes it.
You like gave him all your money.
Yep.
Oh,
Duke Ribble, the
Took
great
you
leader
for
of
everything.
great leader of Fallguard.
Not a great leader.
I'm so glad I wasn't around for that.
Growing up, I never had much to my name, and
Now you still
I
don't
had
have much.
I still don't have much to my name.
The
But
cycle continues.
For a good cause.
the amount that I did have,
No,
I
lining
gave
his
to the people of
pockets was not
Fallguard
good.
Yeah.
through Duke Ribble. So
He believes he gave his money to
I'm
the
excited to
people.
return to see what my money will be doing for the good of Fallguard.
There's gonna be a giant gold statue of him
Yep.
with like a fountain, and it's him just like flipping the bird to like a bunch of townspeople.
To like a little Varys.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will make a gold statue of him for all of his great deeds that he will be doing in our absence.
Nope.
Either way, I will
there.
give you guys inspiration this week, as you guys did a very
Oh,
good
cool.
job last week.
Oh, good.
Yes, you guys did fantastic.
One.
As for all the notes you guys have yet to discuss that you guys took as well,
Yeah.
you guys did a really good job last week, so start the session with inspiration.
Cool.
Very good.
You want us to keep
But yes, we
regurgitating?
Yeah, just in general, kind of some of the lore stuff you guys learned, as well as what your characters kind of think about that, what they discovered, pretty much.
yeah, from the bits and pieces that I could get from
This
his
one?
gibbering nonsense, I have made the decision that we should go to the Blastfire Peak in Banyang because we learned basically that there are these ancient dragons that are really, really powerful, and they might have some really cool weapons. I think they might have some really cool weapons sealed with them, but we also heard from Ithlin reading that book that there was a legendary blacksmith that made weapons specifically for the gods that was gifted, or rather cursed, with immortality. And I remember recalling tales of a person in Banyang that lives near this peak where no one else is able to survive. And I think that this might be the same person, and maybe he'll make us some cool weapons to try and stop this thing
Make us
that's
some
going on.
god-slaying weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what we were able to decipher in a nutshell, 4 dragons, white, blue, red, and black. Pretty sure white dragon was the first one we defeated near Fallguard on like the top of that mountain that we ended up on because we passed through that crystal in Vanden. The blue dragon we're assuming is in Aria. Red dragon is in Banyang. And black dragon we're gonna assume is in the Underdark, and there's some sort of entrance through the ocean. So we're kind of going to the ends of the earth to encounter these dragons and hopefully stop the apocalypse from happening. If you want to know the riddles to figure out where the locations of the dragons, look at last episode. Varys and Alexia are pretty sure Lawless is somehow involved with the dragons or something, because for those of you who have been watching, he always introduces himself as Lawless of House Andrognir. Andrognir is the name of the blue dragon, which we're assuming is an Arya, so all the pieces are coming together there. We also learned about the Aether Marked. Alexia instantly went to Elena and was thinking that she was an Aether Mark because of her like magical prowess and abilities. And Arthemia, the goddess that like used Elena as a vessel, was mentioned as one of the ancient gods in the book. But then we started thinking about Maria, who, if you guys have been watching, was Sawyer's like adopted kid, and she also has very high magical abilities that has, you know, she was training with that, and she's currently with Lawless, which I think is a bad thing. Alexia's money is on Maria being the Aether Mark at this point. Mm-hmm. But we kind of figured we'd start heading to Banyang to, 1, encounter the red dragon, potentially if it's there. 2, encounter the potentially legendary blacksmith that's near the peak as well. Kind of 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. Poor Ithlin has to go on a boat multiple times, though. Sorry, man.
Yep.
It's worth it to get the Tetsaiga.
What?
He's gonna
Good
make me the
reference.
Tetsaiga.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that guy live up on a mountain or something? Am I remembering that wrong? I haven't seen that in forever.
I think he lives near a volcano or something.
I think so.
Yeah, right?
I don't
Like,
know.
I'm not off base.
Oh, Alexia also thinks that the 4 god-killing weapons were sealed away with the dragons, that the gods also sealed away, assuming that no one would ever be able to find the dragons or the weapons. I think Lawless is collecting the weapons.
What a dick.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know how I feel.
Anything else, guys?
Got a lot of mixed feelings at the moment. I don't think so.
I don't know, maybe I'll just team up with him and get what I want out of life. That's always an option.
Figures.
I think that was about everything.
Yeah.
Alright, so starting off, the one thing we have to decide is how do you want to get to Banyang? Do you want to sail back to the mainland and then go through there and go through Bastion again, or just take a boat from Fallguard all the way there?
What would the time difference be in terms of travel distance?
Traveling directly from Fallguard to Banyang would cut off a couple days, but it would be more expensive because it's a continuous voyage.
I think the captain, the guy who brought us,
Captain Duskin.
yeah, Captain Duskin. Ooh, he said he was only here for like a few days though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If
You guys have been here for a few days, so.
Okay, well if he's still here, maybe he'd like to embark on some adventures with us and be like our voyager.
Okay.
Seems solid.
Yeah, we should go look for him.
Or we can use our own ship.
Our own ship?
Yep.
We're gonna sail there?
Just figure it out as we go along.
With our inability to sail anything?
Yep. We should just hire our own
Sounds
crew.
terrible.
And just always have them around. I feel like that'd get really expensive, like paying for their like
Yes.
inn and tavern and all. Just hire people.
Hire a crew and put them in the foldable boat.
I can look into it if you want.
Put a little.
I
mean, if they're shrunken, you'd assume they won't eat as much, so
they
you
don't
just like
shrink.
put a little bit of food in.
So, I'm about ready to go, but I do need to say goodbye to my family real quick.
Your one, Uncle Anton, who's probably drunk and won't remember that you said goodbye.
That one.
Got it. You should say goodbye to your girlfriend. The cute little librarian that was helping you.
Yes. Your friend, the girl.
Oh. No.
I don't blame you. Anyways,
Ouch.
I head off towards the drunken wizard to go and find Uncle Anton. I presume just at his usual spot.
His home has returned to him, and so when the bartender sees you, he goes, "You looking for your uncle?"
Yeah.
He says something about you'll pay his tab.
Oh shit.
He went back home.
And what would his tab be at now?
It's about 200
200 silver?
gold, unfortunately.
Yep, I got it. I pay him and thank him for telling me that my uncle is not here, and I go to my uncle's house.
Okay. The door is slightly cracked open. It's not even closed all the way.
I do the knock, and the door opens.
Yeah.
Uncle Anton, are you in there?
He suddenly falls in front of you and kind of throws the door open. And he's just like, "Varys, we're having a party."
Really?
And he kind of gestures, and there's nobody in there but him.
Party for one, then.
Oh, great. He's having visual hallucinations. It's wonderful.
No one's here yet. They'll be coming though. We're celebrating the house.
Had 200 gold worth of
I see.
drinks. It's gonna be drunk for days.
Should be seeing
Well-
people at this point.
As much as I would like to stay, unfortunately, I'm going to be traveling again, and I won't be back for some time. Going around the continent, trying to stop a great evil that is going to try and befall the land.
He kind of falls into a chair. He's like, "I always want to go on a voyage. Nice cruise around the world. Nice voyage.
Yeah.
Probably gonna die on this frozen rock."
Aren't we all? Anyways, I was hoping to maybe just leave you some money so that you can, maybe get back to your work and have a drink or two while I'm gone.
That's not necessary. You got the house back. That's enough. Come on.
Sure,
Well, maybe just a little bit, but
just a little.
yeah.
All right. I set a sack down on the table that has 500 gold in it.
Oh, jeez.
Should be enough for a while.
Are you totally broke now?
Not even. I have secret treasure troves that you guys don't know about.
Oh.
He kind of... His eyes are half open at this point. He's like, "Varys, you're a good boy. I've always been a good boy."
Yep.
And slowly you hear the soft just snoring of him drifting off to sleep.
I look around for a blanket or something to put
You can
around him.
find one.
Put a blanket around him, and probably not gonna see you again, but it's been an experience. And I shut the door and leave.
Okay.
I will head to the docks to see if I can find Captain Duskin.
You were not. You see him packing on all the provisions for his journey back home, and he's yelling at the men, "Make sure those are fastened and secured. If anything falls overboard, you're going with it."
Okay, I approach him. Captain Duskin, may I have a word?
I? Oh. You. The one with the attitude.
I don't remember that, but okay. Sure. My companions and I are looking to hire you again for a direct trip to Banyang. How would you feel about that?
He kind of like lets out a really long like whistle, and he goes, "That'll be quite a penny."
How much to have extra reserves on hand, enough to get the crew and us fed and watered all the way to Banyang?
It's a 2-week voyage.
2 weeks.
You can deal with it.
Oh.
I'd say taking you there, and then us coming back. It's a month out at sea.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the lot for 700.
All right. Would you be open to a conversation about voyaging us to other areas of the world after Banyang?
You seeking to hire us as your privateers? I'm gonna sail under your colors, is it?
We have no colors. We just need a reliable ship and crew to get us there.
I'd be open to it. Let's see how the voyage goes to Banyang first.
Agreed. I give him 700.
He appreciates just paying up front like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're up to, but if a coin like this follows you, I'd say you got a captain for life.
That's what I like to hear, Captain. Just pat him on the back. No, firm handshake.
Okay.
Oh.
Make a strength check.
Oh, it's just like. Alright.
Oh,
Natural
man.
It is really
Cool.
firm. You focus all of your muscle
Firmest
in that
handshake in the
arm,
world.
and you don't look away from him as he shakes your hand, and you can tell he's even impressed by it. He's like,
Yep. Cool.
I like how you're like the biggest manly man in the party.
oh. He tells you that it takes a couple more hours to buy a little more provisions. If we're going to be at sea that long, we need more supplies.
Understandable.
Why don't you say you come back at noon? Shove the lot ready to set sail.
Very well. I'll be back with my companions at noon. And
And as you're walking in, you go, "Change of plans, lads! Looks like we're going across the sea."
oh, thank God. I thought I was just going to take my money and leave.
Nope, he's an honest
And
sailor.
then I would turn around and be like, "Dirty pirates!"
He's an honest sailor.
Cool. I will head back to the tavern. What is it? The Drunken Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
To hopefully run into Varys and Ithlin there. Because I assume that's where we stayed, and so we have shit at the tavern that maybe they're collecting
Okay.
before we leave.
Where are you guys currently?
I suppose that makes sense. I also don't know that this is going to take like weeks, so I would want to go out and buy a few things.
It could easily be done in
Yeah.
the time it takes for Varys to go back to his uncles and Alexia talk to the captain. It's going to easily be done, so...
I also need to purchase some stuff.
Okay, yeah. But basically, that's easily done in the amount of time it would take for all you guys to meet up at that point. So, whatever it is you wanted to buy, just let me know.
Cool.
Stuff for my disguise kit.
Okay.
Oh,
Various inks and clothing, fake mustaches.
Okay.
oh.
It'll probably be, we'll say it's 10 gold, whatever you need at this point.
Alright.
You can mark down that you have an expert disguise kit with even more stuff in it. It's got several shades of makeup and various different hair pieces you can kind of manipulate into like whatever hairstyle or like facial hair you want.
I want a decent potion and a stack of books I've never read.
Okay.
That's what I want. I have to have something to do.
It's true.
I need to buy more arrows.
Okay.
I need 144.
Okay.
What?
Well, I only carry 200 at a time, so that's just what I
Only
choose.
200.
Yeah,
That's,
because they come back to me, so unless I blow them up.
yeah.
I can see why you need more.
I blow
We'll say for 140. Probably like 30 gold. So like 2 for 20 or something like that.
Could I exchange my arrows for an emerald instead of gold pieces? Give them an emerald.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. $18.
Oh no, sorry. 140 arrows is gonna be 280.
Oh. Okay, fine. I will give them one of the dragon statues because it's worth 250.
Okay. So we'll use that persuasion for that. What's your total persuasion?
18.
Cool. And what do you say? How do you sell it to them? How do you offer it off?
In exchange for 140 arrows, this dragon statue, which is worth roughly around 250 gold pieces, I would say, was found in a dragon's lair. Would you be interested?
I don't believe you the bit about the dragon, but this is a fine piece.
They literally know that dragons exist now.
And we got this guy.
Living in
It's in denial.
Yep.
But he'll take it.
Okay. Cool. Rightio.
And you want potions is pull up the list of potions.
So while you're looking this up, can I have a conversation with Alexia as I
Yeah,
return
go for it.
from shopping? Oh, there you are. So, do you recall the last time we were in Bongyang? Judging by that expression,
Vaguely. I know that it's not a great idea for us to return.
Yes, it is not a great idea for us to return looking like ourselves, which is why pull out the kit and I pull out like a bunch of like different clothes and wigs and mustaches and dyes.
Mustache, please.
So, I know it's been a while, but what say you to allow me to do your hair?
What's that?
Varys is like the sassy gay friend.
Yes.
Can you see them on Twitch?
For sure.
Mm. Have you gotten any better with your disguise skills?
Last time I gave you a disguise, no one could tell who you were. So, yes. I mean, look at me.
You look exactly the same.
I have like slight wrinkles, much longer hair, a beard. Like, I aged 40 years, remember?
Yeah, and I aged 30.
Hmm.
Well, 50. No. I don't remember how many.
I think you aged like 80, and then you had a little bit of
No,
it.
because I was already 23.
You had a little
Yeah,
bit
so
of
I
it
aged
done.
60. So now
reverse.
it's only
Potion
30.
prices are 50 for a basic, 300
What kind of
for a
disguise
greater.
did you have in mind?
800 for superior.
Well, maybe we could
2,500 for supreme.
either trim your hair
What are the
or
800?
It's already
What's
shorter
yours?
than
It's
it was.
8d4 plus 8.
It's
Right.
shoulder length now because I chopped it off in the
Yeah,
shaft.
potions are
Oh.
expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a
It
little
takes
longer
months
than
to
shoulder
make.
really, you
length,
did
but
something
it's
with. I hadn't noticed.
It used to be in a long braid, you asshole.
I don't remember anything about the Shadowfell or any of that.
My
So,
hair
like,
is much shorter.
anyways, I don't know.
A supreme healing potion is 10d4.
Any
plus
color
1
here that
Mm-hmm.
might be interested? I got like some
Those are 800 apiece.
some yellow
Yeah,
here
for
that we
supreme
could make
healing
blonde.
potions, yeah.
Could make your hair
It's
black,
8d4 plus
silver, gray, blue.
Yeah,
Pink?
Unfortunately, it takes months to brew one of
I could
these,
even make
so
it
they're very
multicolored, make you
expensive.
really stand out so that you're so overt, you're covert.
We don't want to draw more attention to ourselves. I do have the Mask of Twisted Reflection still. Could just put that on.
There's that. But this is so much more fun.
Maybe for you. We already went blonde once. Let's just,
Go through your goth phase.
I was gonna say, let's just, touch into my dark side and go full on black.
Just dye your hair black.
Short black hair, yeah.
Okay.
Did you say you had different clothes as well?
Yeah.
Ooh, but I have my mom's armor, which they haven't seen before, so I'm good. I don't have any of the old stuff that they would recognize. Not that I think they were paying attention to our clothes, because they made us wear their weird green stuff.
I've got a bit of makeup here too, but I don't really do makeup that much, so. Although we could worry about that once we're actually in Banyang. But the hair thing, probably should do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Make it look a bit more natural.
But we're going to be on the ship for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
give it
fade.
2 weeks? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Depends how good the
I'm
dye
not
is.
convinced. Yeah, how good's the dye?
Well, I spent quite a bit of gold on this, so.
It's pretty. It'll be usually pretty top tier stuff. Should last for at least a month.
Very well. Let's get to it.
Alright. So I assume we're doing this in the tavern, so I just go downstairs and get a bucket of water to do all this with.
Alright.
Alright. What would you like me to roll to try and do this?
We'll say just do a deception check and see how well you can make it look. Since this is a disguise kit.
Natural. Not all blotchy.
That is a nat 1.
You have inspiration.
Okay, I'll use my inspiration.
And there's raspberry vodka if you want some. Oh
Another
my
nat one.
god.
Wow.
Dude, I'm never gonna
Alright, I'm
That's
taking my
done.
shots for
Guys, are you
those.
ever
Destined
gonna...
So-
to fail.
So here's what happens. You do that thing where
Everything.
you initially put the bleach in your hair first to try and get to that
Oh,
color so
no.
it's susceptible to being black. And you definitely get to that point where you're like, Varys, this is really burning. Like, is this supposed to feel this way? I feel like this is it. And Varys is like, oh no, like this is all part of the process. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
don't worry about it.
And then finally, you feel very similar to like when you took a dragon breath attack right to your fucking face. It burns really bad. And you're like, this is insanely painful. So he's like, oh yeah, we should probably rinse that. And so finally, you rinse out your hair, and your hair is platinum blonde.
Again?
This is not dirty blonde like it was. This is platinum,
Oh,
almost
God.
white blonde.
Almost white or white? Because
We'll say white.
platinum, like white platinum would
Yeah,
actually be kind of
That's
cool.
what it is. Yeah.
I'm actually surprisingly okay with this.
And so he's standing there with like the black hair dye in his hand, and he's like, "It's time to apply this, I guess."
Well, that didn't go quite the way that I thought it was supposed to go. Maybe I should have practiced this on some animals first.
How different do I look right now?
It's almost painful to look at her because her hair is so bright.
Oh.
You're confident it might glow in the dark.
Oh no.
It's definitely kind of hard to look at you, so maybe that will
Avert everyone's eyes.
Yeah, they won't want to look. It's the way that the sun hits your hair in certain ways. It just like reflects it. It's
You grab your hair a little bit, and it's like really dead. Like it doesn't feel good at all.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go bald from the start on.
I can only hope.
Just falls out. I fear damaging my hair more. Let's take our 2-week trip and see how things go.
oh yeah.
We'll revisit the black dye if we need to.
Yeah. I just like awkwardly shuffle off, and I look for Iflin.
I put the swashbuckler's hat on. I try to like put all my hair up and just cover it with the hat
That's
right
fair. That's fair.
now. Just to be safe, I'd like to... Wait, don't you have wigs? Why wouldn't we just put a fucking wig on? God damn it!
Oh.
Hey, I put all the options out there, and you wanted to go with the dye.
God damn it. Okay, let's see the wigs you have. Now that I remember this, I'm just like, wait. So I run after him
How many potions did you end up
to
buying?
see if he has wigs.
3.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
I did
wigs
the math
do
and
you have?
everything. So.
I got about 3 that would
That's as
fit
much
you.
as I rolled to be available. So.
What do they look
Oh,
like?
cool. I gotta have like some sort of plan B in place.
Yeah.
So.
It's
It
weird
just takes
because-
months to make them, so it's,
No, it's
They're
fine,
like-
it's fine.
they're not something you can just walk into a
There's
shop
one
and
that has,
"Oh,
like,
take 20 of these, please."
Really
You there,
short,
garçon.
like
Yeah,
the hair
no,
might come
it's
down to
something
like
I gotta see
here
how
or
many's
whatever.
available
Like
for you to
you know,
purchase.
Yeah, right on.
and that one is red.
Okay, we want to stay away from red.
Yeah.
It's my natural color.
There's another one where it's like basically looks like a mullet, and that one's blue.
Fred, you get the worst
And
wigs. What the fuck?
I have to experiment on something. And then there's another wig that's like down to the shoulder length hair, but it's green.
Okay.
They were black at one point.
What?
Oh.
Ugh, you died one, didn't you?
And cut them apparently into a mullet.
Jeez. Okay. I'd like to go. Where did you get these?
Originally I bought them from the store, but I made my own modifications.
Can you give me directions to that store?
Oh, I bought these a long time ago.
Okay. Do you know of a store here in town that has like disguise kits and wigs and whatever?
Yes,
How do I get there?
it was destroyed.
My life sucks.
Unfortunately, it was in the 1/5 area of this town, but hopefully the next time we're here I can take you there once my money has been used to fix the town.
Oh, I suppose I should ask, did a
have
bookstore
it.
even survive?
No.
No.
But Chaucer has lots of books. She could probably lend you.
Oh, I have to go back there.
Yeah.
So
Do you
I
know
go
who
over
owns
to
the
where I
disguise-
knew
the
the bookstore
store?
was, and just kind of, and just kind of like walk into it and kind of like
I lied to you.
kick some rubble around and.
I don't believe anything you
Make
say
an investigation
anymore.
check.
Can I roll to see if he's lying to me? I asked if he knows the owner of the store, and he said no.
I was lying about that.
As a general rule, you can simply say, "I believe you," or "I
Oh.
don't believe you." But if
Oh, I
you,
sure don't believe
but if you
him.
want to take it that far, yes, you can. It's up to you guys. Are you officially lying to each other?
I
Yes.
don't
Roll a deception
believe
check, and then you can make an insight check.
you,
I got a 21.
sir.
Come on.
Yes.
Well, you probably are gonna.
Oh yeah.
I love how I only roll
15.
up like really high on like the RP stuff.
Dang it. Yeah, you can see right through my lie.
Tell me who the owner is,
All right, fine. The owner's
where I can find him.
this old lady. I'll take you to her.
Thank you. We leave.
Okay. You can procure a nice wig for a gold piece, whatever you want. After you kick through some rubble for a little bit, you find a lot of books that are like
Mostly destroyed.
mostly destroyed. All the pages are missing, or like half the book is ripped off. You kind of flip over a particularly large piece of rubble, and you find one book completely intact.
Oh my. I kind of like dust it off and just kind of like look at it.
It's called The Subtle Art of Goat Breeding.
Oh. I kind of... I suppose I put it in my pack anyway. I mean, I have to keep it. It's the only one that survived.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in
They
my
took extra
inventory.
care to make that book able to withstand anything because it was the most important thing to them.
There's like some lonely farmer out in the hills, and like that book was his life's work.
That's true.
And like his entire like life was devastated by his love of like breeding goats. Like his wife left him. Like his family has been estranged from him, but he's like the best goat breeder like the world has ever seen.
Oh man. Oh, you guys are great.
Sometimes you have to make the biggest sacrifices to achieve
That's
greatness.
true.
Oh man.
What was the book called?
The subtle art of goat breeding.
The subtle art.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Does this book just describe like moonlit dinners of eating spaghetti?
It does, actually. The first couple of pages speaks about how you have to get up every morning to cradle the goat in your arms and watch the sunrise with it. Dude, Miramar would be all over that book. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in town?
No. I got a nice shoulder length dark brown wig from the old lady.
Okay.
Because, you know, she keeps like storage of stuff. So
Okay.
in case things to get destroyed.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I come back to the tavern to put it
You
on.
barely need explaining it. You're just like, I hear that you make wish. She's like, oh, dearie, what's happened to your hair?
I just start crying and tell her everything. My whole life story of how it all happened. From the first time he dyed my hair to this time. I don't know why I keep letting him do it. It always turns out like this.
They tell me just read the instructions and do it step by step, and I just wanted to do it my way.
You obviously
That double
you
nat
don't do
one.
things your way. You follow the instructions.
Yeah, I'll double that one. You're obviously very distracted from the directions.
Yeah. Put my hair.
Have you ever seen an inspiration roll used that way? Because damn.
It's pretty sad.
I rolled 2 nat ones and then I rolled a 5. It's not looking good, guys.
So the night begins. So at this point it would be around noon when you said you would meet Captain Duskin.
Okay. So I'm still with Varys. So we return to the tavern to find Ithlin.
He's flipping through some pages of a book. And like I said, the first tip is to get up every morning and cradle it and watch the sunrise with it.
Oh. Oh, nice.
So are goats like inherently like pandas and they just don't want to breed? And so you have to like coax them into like...
Apparently this man's goats were.
Oh, how sad. What a
I assume that
tragic
he
tale.
just is giving the secrets to truly, like, epic goat breeding. Like, to breed
Like the purest
the top
breeds of
tier.
goats.
Yeah.
the top tier
Oh my.
goats.
Should like show goats?
Yes.
My goodness.
Good and Phoenician.
How's that for ancient secrets?
There's, like, the fancy goat cheese and goat milk. Like, this is how you achieve that.
Oh.
Alright, well, not that this isn't an enlightening conversation, but we need to meet Captain Duskin and get on our ship and head to Banyang. So gather your things and head out.
I'm good to go.
Get your shit, put it in a box, grab it, we're leaving.
Alright, very good then.
Alright. So when he sees you guys, he greets Varys more strongly than all of you. He's like, Varys, it's so good to see you.
Captain?
Does he recognize me?
If he does, he doesn't make any attention to you at all.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of looks at Varys and immediately
Wow.
greets Varys. He's like, I'm excited to have you on our vessel again.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, see if you feel that way after the first week. It gets mighty hard to sail after that for most people.
Yes. I look straight at Ithlin.
takes like 1 minute, and he's done. He's like, nope.
So the good news is that, as I mentioned before, you guys have honestly brought peace to the world. So your trip is pretty uneventful, for the
No
most
sea
part.
monsters?
No sea monsters. You are on the boat for about a week, and other than the wear and tear of sleeping in the hammock every day and every night, drinking nothing but ale and
No, I have a water decanter.
that's true. You could create water with it.
Yeah.
I drink the ale.
Which I do.
As
I
well
drink
as
some,
the
but-
food is definitely like sea rations. It's dried fish and crackers essentially, and that's all they have is just dry storage. So that's the first week, and you guys are starting to feel kind of restless, and Ethlyn more than others just really tired of being at sea.
Yes.
Unless there's anything you guys like to talk about during that first week, we can move forward.
A couple days into our voyage, I actually would approach Alexia and say, you know, I feel really bad about what happened with your hair, and I just wanted to say that I was sorry. And to make it up to you, I pull out the kit again, and I sit down. If you want to have a go at me,
Oh,
I will accept whatever you deem fit.
For the rest of only for the rest of the voyage, as so you don't draw more attention to yourself when we're actually at Banyang. I put the mullet on him and then give him my swashbuckler hat.
okay.
Oh.
I expect the hat back.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I
And
just
then
have
we
this blue
clink our
mullet.
mugs of ale together and just have a good laugh.
Okay. Anything else? Are you feeling any particular way after a week? You'd like us to know? Are you feeling any particular way after a week at sea?
I'm just kind of been keeping myself kind of boozed up for the most part.
Have you been reading your book?
That'll help the nausea.
I'm kind of too drunk for that.
Okay. Every time you try and start, you like read another page of it, and you're like, "That's stupid." You're done with it. At this point, you're also away from Fall Guard, and so it was the end of summer when you guys made your trip here. And so, what comes after summer? Spring, fall. So the fall weather's starting to set in. It's getting a little bit rainy away from Fall Guard, but it's a lot warmer than it was. It's a winter place up there. So it's a lot. It's still kind of cold and like it rains a couple days out of that week, but it's still much warmer than it was in your previous location.
Okay.
At this point, you get to be within about a day away from Banyang, and you notice that it is insanely hot. The weather has completely reversed. It's easily past 100 degrees. It's uncomfortable. The mixture of the ale and the constant seafood in your stomachs, like, you can't wear your armor. It's way too hot for that. It is unnaturally hot.
Oh no.
Wow. It is hotter here than it was in Vanden that day.
What day?
The day of the festival. When Keep was going to be unveiled, when it was hot as fuck.
Before the
You could see the soles of people's
ice
sandals
storm.
melting to the ground.
Sure. Perhaps we should buy some clothing when we reach Banyang.
Clothing.
Yeah. So, I'm not just wearing, like, my underwear roaming around town.
Over or under, guys?
Under.
Over. Board.
Over it is.
And
As you guys are having this conversation, one of the sails just bursts into flames.
Captain, I think one of the sails on fire.
All hands on deck. Put that sail out. Full canvas. We'll be dead in the water if we lose the main one. Do you guys like to do anything to help?
Let's see.
Over or under, guys?
Under.
Under.
Over.
Over.
Another sail.
Oh my gosh, guys!
Let's see. Do I don't have cold stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around and see, do they have like buckets and water that they're like desperately trying to like get full of water and to try and like,
Yeah,
give
so
the
they're
people?
currently they've got a long stick that they've got a bucket on. They're trying to scoop up water from the sea to pull it back up and throw it overboard or throw it on fire.
I pull out my decanter of endless water and yell geyser to get like 30 gallons of water.
That's really okay. That's
throw it
perfect.
up there.
Make a strength check.
Oh no. Oh, 17.
It fires with a huge force, almost knocks you back, but you manage to stay still, and you actually put out the main sail really fast.
I'm gonna turn to Ethan and say, grab 2 buckets of water. I'm going to make it so that you can run up the sail and put some water on that.
Oh.
I'm gonna touch you and you feel like you can run up surfaces now.
Okay. I do so. I grab the water.
You grab a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make a dexterity check when you dip the bucket in the water.
How often can I use the decanter?
It should say it's once a day, I think.
Oh, okay.
It should say on there. I don't know.
And I read it.
We'll have to check it out.
12.
12. So you dip the bucket in the water, not even thinking about it. You take 6 points of scalding damage as the water is boiling hot.
Oh, the water's boiling?
Yes. And you kind of pull it up, and the tips of your fingers are red and scalded at that point. But you're sitting there sideways on the boat.
Okay. Oh. It's unpleasant.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the water that I got.
So you toss the water on there, and it helps a little bit. You have the other people doing it too. Alexia put out the mainsail, so after a few minutes of just you doing you and the other pirates, or it's not pirates, they're sailors, filling their buckets, you managed to put out the other sail as well. And thanks to the canvas being wet, Captain kind of breathes a sigh of relief. He goes, probably going to be a lot slower from here on out due to the canvas being wet and scorched like that, but at least we'll stay afloat and we won't be dead at sea.
Have you ever seen anything like that happen before?
No. I've heard of spontaneous combustion, but thought it was as true as the Kraken. And everyone kind of laughs and
Oh, that's real. That's real.
Oh, you've seen one.
I feel like I have.
Remember those
Neither
horrible,
confirm nor deny.
horrible things from
The Aboleth?
those
The things from the Shadowfell, the things
The
that we don't
Shadowfell, that was the
remember.
word I was
You guys
looking
don't
for.
The things that you guys don't remember, except for
Oh.
Alexia.
I thought we didn't remember the Feywilds.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind
just
of
the
it's
entire
all
thing.
connected. Yeah, the Shadowfell is a dark reflection of the Feywilds, and
You don't
and
remember how we
playing.
got to the Underdark.
Yeah.
Or anything before that.
Yep.
I just remember stepping through a portal and being in the Underdark.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And my hair was longer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's unsettling.
So was it like spontaneous combustion, or were there fireballs that no one saw coming from
It
a
was
distance,
literally-
or
You could see it behind Varys' head while you guys were talking,
is
and
it just
and
the
it just.
heat is igniting things?
That's a good guess. I don't know.
Like, how is the boat not like? I don't know.
Because at this point, you see Ethelyn kind of holding his hands out like this, and the tips of his fingers are just completely red.
That
Would you like
is-
some bandages?
Insane.
I just kind of like put on like a pair of gloves. I'm like, you know.
It's itchy. It doesn't feel good, but and combined with the heat too, it's also uncomfortable. But
Where are the crabbing ships when you need them? Just get some free boiled crab and lobster.
Are there any dead fish?
not that you can see currently.
I'm assuming they'd be like boiled alive.
You don't know if the water's hot. No one's told you yet.
Well, I'm just gonna continue playing sea shanties.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very like vigilant and just like watch out for weird things happening.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Do you tell anyone about the water?
I mean, like, not any further than just kind of like when I exclaimed from like my hands being burned.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know why it's hot.
Well, I mean, just telling them it would be hot would be.
It's either the water or the bucket.
Hmm.
Something wrong with that bucket.
Okay,
It's like
so
a rope.
as you guys continue, after a while, one of the men kind of point over the side, and you look down, and there is indeed lots of dead fish floating up to the top, discolored and kind of boiled almost.
Is there a fishing rod? Not a fishing rod. Like a net that I can scoop up a fish.
Sure,
Alright, I'd like to scoop up the fish.
you do so.
I'd like to examine the fish and see if I can figure out what killed it.
It seems to be boiled alive.
But it's discolored.
Yeah, discolored isn't cooked.
Are they
So
like
then can we eat it?
different shades of red and pink and like orange?
Do you want to eat it?
I don't know. Is it safe to eat?
I don't know, is it?
I mean, you'll have to find out.
I bite into it.
Okay, you bite into it and it burns your mouth because it's very hot.
I
There's a
spit
lot
it
of
out.
there's a lot of moisture inside the fish that was also boiling hot.
Spit it out.
You have like these red marks on your lips now.
And a swollen tongue.
Yeah, but from what you can see inside, it's completely cooked through.
I tell people, do not eat the fish.
Yeah, it certainly seemed that way. Perhaps maybe cut it open next time and just let it rest and drain out. Rather than just going right for it.
There's no time for your sarcastic, sassy commentary.
I like this new accent that you've come up with.
Like
It's going to
being a
make
cat all over again.
it's going to make
Good job.
coming up with or making people identifying you very hard.
Yes, this will follow rules. This guy.
That's so good.
How about we do have a week left? Like I hope.
No, this is the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
this is the end of the week. Yeah, this is the end of the second week. So
Well,
There we go.
this is gonna be great.
so the last few days go by. If there's something else you guys want to do, and finally Bangyang and the massive mountain that it is comes into view, and pulling into harbor, more ships. You can see the sails are also scorched black, and some ships seem like they were completely engulfed in flame, and there's just the wreckage of them in the ship in the harbor. You remember that Bangyang housed many vessels before, and there's about half as many as there was before.
Does it seem like the volcano erupted, like into the water? That's like the magma is like heating it up.
That's a good guess. I can't really tell you,
Oh,
but
okay.
Are the skies darkened from obvious ash clouds?
the skies are
Not
not
if
dark
it seeps
actually.
into the
Oh, there you
water.
go.
Well, okay. I mean, like erupted, like it's like the heat seeping into the water versus exploding.
Oh.
Because then the city would have been demolished, like Pompeii.
Yeah, the city is intact, and when the ship comes in the harbor, you're greeted by guards again, and Captain Duskin goes, just a ferryman. These people wanted to come here, and he shows them his papers, and he goes, I'm Captain Duskin, these are my men, and we're not holding any illegal goods or anything like that. You can search the ship if you want. The soldiers are wearing full armor, and do not seem to be bothered by it.
Okay.
However, you can just see some of the people like curious about like the people that have come to visit, and they're wearing basically nothing. You can tell they're really, really hot. They're really feeling it.
What is it about this magical armor that keeps them cool?
But eventually, after they go through the ship, they ask you guys what your business here. What brings you to Banyang?
Oh. I heard a rumor of a legendary blacksmith that lives here in... Actually, not quite here, but somewhere near Blastfire Peak?
You come seeking fairy tales. You will have a bad time here.
Perhaps, but I have something that is in need of repairs that only... I've been told only this blacksmith could fix.
If you wish to go die on the mountain, that's your own concern. You will need the Emperor's permission to travel through the gates, though.
Okay, how do I go about doing that?
Who are you so important to demand the Emperor's time? It may take months for you to gain an audience.
Awesome. So there's no other way to get to the peak other than getting permission from the Emperor?
It is dangerous on the mountain. It is locked for a reason.
I see. Where exactly is that anyways? I'm just curious. I don't know the geography of this area very well.
The mountain?
Yes.
So this whole area is encased in the mountainside itself,
Mm-hmm.
which is part of its defensive structure. But he kind of points to the far end of the city, and you can see just barely over the top of this cliffside, there's another mountaintop kind of at the top. He goes, far over there.
I see. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's fucking hot. How is it that you're you don't seem to be bothered by it, but everyone else, and I like, kind of gesture toward the
The
people.
Emperor's mages have ensured that we can endure the heat, so we can keep order.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, I guess that was all the questions that I needed answered. Thank you very much.
Yes, you can put in for a visit with the Emperor, but unless you're somebody important, it will take quite a while.
Okay. Where is an establishment where we might be able to go and get some food and drink?
There are many around. Just walk down that street there, and he points there.
Alright, thank you. Come on, guys.
Is Captain Duskin planning on staying?
His men are currently unloading empty barrels and things like that, and just gonna resupply up. Because I'll be here whenever you want to leave.
Thank you.
Since this damned heat doesn't kill us all.
Perfect.
Yes, well. It's difficult.
What?
But it's difficult.
Oh.
I'd like to find like a map of is Banyang an island or just a different like continent?
It's a whole other
kind of thing?
continent, yeah.
I'd like to find a map specifically like of the continent.
Okay.
Like, do I have to go to a specific kind of store for that?
A cartographer?
Do I know what to look for in terms of like a sign?
Maybe.
Can you read the language here?
That's the question.
I mean, I can.
It's common.
Oh,
But
okay, then yes,
Okay.
I can. I'm not illiterate.
But I mean, like, if they have their own language.
But if you look around as you're walking down the street, none of the shops are open. No stalls are currently out.
That's what I was going to
Why?
ask.
Because it's too hot.
I wanted to buy like an umbrella or like a parasol or something.
Yeah.
Like made with that like really reflective material so that it just like reflects back.
You do, however, hear kind of a commotion down the street as you guys are walking down it.
Oh no.
Oh, what sort of commotion?
Children just kind of like giggling and laughing.
Okay.
About what?
Do you know?
I venture to see.
Okay.
I pay no mind. It's just children playing.
Okay. Ithlin?
I don't do anything. I don't care.
Okay. So Alexia, you kind of see as you start walking ahead, and a couple of minutes of walking, and taking a couple of turning a couple of corners, just to kind of listening to where it's coming from. You run into an area where there's a group of maybe 5 or 6 children, and they're like actually kind of like laughing and like happy, and you see like little bitty like raindrops kind of like pouring over them a little bit.
Where are the raindrops coming from?
You see a make a nature check. See if you've ever seen one actually.
That's our nature. Okay. 12.
12? You've never seen one before. But you see what seems to be like a 5'5" turtle. Just kind of standing upright.
Why is there a giant turtle in the middle
A
of
giant
the town?
turtle.
What the fuck?
And he's kind of moving his hands around like this.
Is he a waterbender?
Maybe, I don't know.
Waterbending turtle?
And he's taking water out of one of the barrels nearby, and he's kind of like making it swirl around in the air, and then spraying the water drops on them. He's got kind of a bamboo hat on, and he's got just a cape over his shell. He's got a staff next to him.
Is he a ninja waterbending turtle?
He's a kappa.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a Japanese water spirit. They're turtles.
Oh.
We're not in Japan.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Kinda. It's like medieval Japan. Yeah, so you see. They go, settle down, children. There's plenty for
Oh,
all.
yeah, he's still here. I approach him. Excuse me.
Hello there. Are you thirsty, my friends?
Sir.
And he kind of like pushes something and kind of like splashes to your face. And it's actually cold. It is cold water.
Can you tell me how you're doing this?
When you are one with nature, anything is possible. You just have to know which way the current ebbs and flows.
Is this some sort of magic?
It is hardly magic. It is just life energy.
Okay. What the fuck that means?
After a while, the parents
I
kind
don't
of
respond to that.
the parents kind of come out and they're like, "All right, kids, that's enough." And they go, "Oh," but eventually they disperse and he kind of slings his stuff over his back and he tips his hat to you and he goes, "I must be going, but unless you'd like to help an old man get a drink. You see, I'm not from here and my pockets are kind of light.
Where are you from?
I'm from a far-off island. Have you heard of Cholt?"
Nope. Can't say that I have.
There's many, many months travel away from here.
Interesting.
Empathy. I love your voice right now. That's so good.
Sure.
He goes, and perhaps you'll join me. There's nothing better in life than enjoying a drink and someone to enjoy it with.
Very well. You picked the place.
And you guys walk down the street for a couple of minutes, and he points to a nice little place that it's not a tavern per se. It's just a covered kind of bar area. And he hops up on one of the stools and he goes, "I'll have whatever the lazy chooses."
Some nice cold ale.
He goes, "I'm afraid cold is the operative word here. Have you not felt the heat? I've got warm ale."
Very well. Pint of ale.
Did we see her like come out from this alleyway with this like
Sure.
turtle man
Yeah,
and like
sure.
meet up with them?
Sure, if you want to. That's up to you. What are you guys doing right now?
I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, you see Alexia is talking to what seems to be a large turtle. Make a nature check, see if you've ever seen one.
What the hell is this?
I have probably never seen
Very
Mary.
interested. Oh my god, I have not. That is my highest roll so far. But this is 9.
16.
16? You are the only one who has actually seen one of these before. They're called turtles.
Of course they are.
They live on an island, and they're aquatic by nature. They don't have very long lifespans at all. And they are very quiet race. They don't go out and adventure much. They're very solid.
Very solid.
Solitary creatures. That's what I was looking for. I know words, guys.
Who's your friend?
But it is the first time you've ever seen one, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so rude. I never got your name.
My name is Wang Chi Jin.
Oh.
Wang
Wait,
Chi Jin.
Wang or Wang?
Wang Chi.
With a G?
Wang Chi.
Wang.
Oh, Wang. Like, exactly how it sounds.
Wang Chi Jin. You may call me Jin, though. And your name?
Alexia.
Oh, are these friends of yours, Alexia?
This is Varys.
Pleasure to meet you, Wang Chi.
Are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this is Islin.
Oh, they do exist. Interesting.
Yes, and I have never met you before. So now our fortunes are aligned. How interesting we enrich each other's life upon meeting.
Yes.
Come, have a drink with us. Life is made better with drinking buddies.
You're definitely not wrong there.
And he kind of pulls out a long pipe from inside of his shell and he lights it up, and you see him, he just takes a finger and just... Sorry.
Magic, man.
I can do that. I'm unimpressed by it.
He also grabs each one of your ales, and when he pulls his hand away, there's condensation on the glass.
I can also do that. I'm unimpressed.
Wang Chi, would you mind? And I pull out my shark pipe.
Oh, a man of class, and he taps it as well.
Just sitting there, smoking with my new turtle friend.
What brings you to Bangyang?
Kind of like look around. Is there anybody that looks like they might be within earshot?
Any guards?
You
Shady looking folks.
hear some of the soldiers like walk by, but they don't linger at all. The guy who served your drinks is currently washing out some glasses, and it's not mugs of ale so much as it's like glasses of ale.
We, the three of us are actually looking for somebody. There's rumored to be a man on Blastfire Peak, a blacksmith of legendary status that might be able to aid us in our quest.
I too am looking for somebody.
Really?
Yes, a young pupil of mine.
Who would that be?
His name is Romero. Have you seen him?
What does he look like? Is he one of you?
Oh no, he is human. Not like any of you, though, I guess.
Well, none of us are human.
He is a deeply angry young man. You see, anger is like a river. The more you thrash around, eventually it consumes you.
Those are some wise words.
Why are you looking for him?
We got separated a few months back, but we were traveling together.
How did you get separated?
I'm afraid it is my fault. Nature called me away. When the elements cry out, you must answer.
How so? What element was crying out?
Well, look around you. Can you not feel it? This is not natural.
The heat?
Yes.
Indeed, it is not natural at all. I've been on a few boats in my time. Sometimes it's been in the summer, but we're in, well, I would say, past summer, and the boat that we arrived here on, the sails actually burst into flames from the heat, and fish were coming up from the ocean dead.
Boiled.
It is a sad day indeed.
Do you suppose it's coming from Blackfire Peak?
It is possible. I admit I came here in hopes to find my young friend, but also to perhaps set the elements at ease.
How close to the elements would you have to be?
Close enough to ask them what is wrong.
Would you consider yourself a person of importance?
None of us are important in the grand scheme of things. We are all but specks in this endless universe.
We were told by the city guard that to get... God, it's hard to talk like Sylvester. To get to Blastfire Peak, we need permission from the king. Emperor? Emperor.
Well, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that.
Oh.
That's right, I've been waiting for a place for us to be together for me to discuss my plan with you.
I'm curious, do you think you could get an audience with the king?
I've been here for a few months. I suppose my time may be coming up. I have been seeking permission to enter the mountain.
We would gladly join you on that journey if you would like the company.
Sure, let's call that Plan B. But
Sorry.
why Plan?
Sidebar?
No, take your time, I understand. One more round of drinks for my friend here. And then he looks at you and goes, "You're still paying, yes?"
Yeah.
So, we can either trust this Wayne Chi that we've just met, who seems pretty trustworthy to me, or what I was thinking was later tonight, under the cover of darkness, being magical me, of course, would be able to allow us to climb up the side of the mountain and just skip the audience altogether.
How stealthy would we need to be?
Well, we'd need to make it to the peaks without being, well, to the mountainside without being noticed, really. Try and find an area that's not, yeah, I know, it's at night. Try and find an area that, you know, is pretty obscured from most view, and then literally just run up the side of the mountain.
We also need to address the problem of not having armor to keep us cool.
Yeah, that definitely is.
We cannot do what we ventured out to do in what we're wearing.
Really bad, but I mean, last time we were here, we kind of like attacked the royal guards. So maybe seeking an audience with the emperor isn't the best idea.
We're all wearing disguises. Well, he hasn't been here before. I'm
Yeah,
wearing
they
a
have no
disguise.
idea why.
That was
Are you
true.
wearing a disguise?
I just look older.
Odd.
What? Oh, you just
Disadvantage
look
on you,
curious.
disadvantage on the cow.
Oh.
Okay.
Which, Ethelyn, you know that cows and goats are actually natural best friends, thanks to your book.
Oh my.
So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I like my plan a lot.
What if we were able... What if Jin's connection to nature could provide us similar relief as the Emperor's mages in terms of if we put on our regular armor and did our thing as usual, he could like keep us cool if he joined us on the journey and help put Banyang back to normal. Which maybe our quests align. Maybe it's not the will of the land or whatever he feels, but the dragon that's stirring things up.
Sure. Ethan, what do you think about all this?
Well, considering recent events, I would be far more willing to believe that it is indeed the work of some dragon. I also do not think that we will be able to find this mysterious blacksmith, if he exists at all, in the dead of night wandering around with no guide.
Well, I mean, go up during the night, but it doesn't mean that we have to run around there up at night. I mean, I doubt that it's guarded at all.
As far as we know, everything's locked. No one passes into
Yeah,
that
you
area.
need a royal approval to go there, and there's not very many people, I would think, that get royal approval to go up there, so why would it be
Jin
guarded?
Wang Chi Jin might.
I mean, if you want to go with him when he goes and asks for approval to go up there, it's up to you, but I would rather not get spotted, you know, from our previous encounter.
Alright. How do we feel about having Wang Chi join the group? Accompany us with his waterbending abilities?
Perhaps we should test him. See if he's worthy.
How would we do that?
Wing Chi. What say you to a drinking contest?
I'm afraid I do not drink for sport, my friend. I drink to enjoy life.
Oh, well, how could you enjoy life without having a contest here or there in good fun?
Make a persuasion check.
I have not rolled higher than a 6.
Oh man.
18?
Off a 2?
He goes, that's pretty good. He goes, perhaps you speak the truth. Suppose it could not hurt, but first I wish to repay you for paying for my drinks. He looks to you, Alexia.
Why would you repay me?
Well, that's the way life works. When it rains, do the crops not grow?
Sure. How much were the drinks?
Gold piece. Like, all total with everyone's. He pulls out a deck of cards and he starts shuffling them, and he goes, I will read your fortune. So, you know your journey is blessed, or not blessed, depending on what the cards say. But he's shuffling the cards.
Okay.
This is interesting.
What do I need to do?
I need all of you to simply lay your hand on the deck.
Oh. All of us, then.
Well, you're traveling as a group, so your fates intertwine.
I do not believe in fate.
Okay. So then he grabs them and he starts shuffling them again. He's doing some fancy card tricks. He's like making the fan and then like making it disappear and then shuffling them again. He does the bridge. He lays 5 cards out in this formation. So he lays 1 card, right side up. He lays another card on the side. This one is sideways. He lays another card out, also sideways. And finally he puts a card in the middle. And then a card below that one. So he flips over the top card and he goes, "This represents your future." And he flips it over. And it's a demonic looking figure, kind of wreathed in flames. And it's currently upside down. And he goes, "This means there's an obstacle in your path. Your future is a dangerous one." And he flips over the card on the right, and it's sideways. He goes, "The Scholar." And it is a book and some parchment kind of next to it. This sideways means that there are secrets being held. And he flips the other one, and it's a woman in a dress playing a harp, and he goes, "The minstrel. These cards sideways mean that there are secrets within your group. Someone is not being forthright." And then he flips the bottom card, and it is a man wearing kind of a green outfit, and he's got a bow, and he goes, "The marksman. Interesting. But there is another card," and he flips the middle one over, and it's kind of a crow sitting on top of a skull, and he goes, "The witch. This card in the middle means that all of these cards are intertwined somehow, but I do not know how." Interesting. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. And you start shuffling the cards back together again.
So about that drinking contest.
Very well.
Right. So I gesture for the barkeep. The two of us would like to have a drinking contest, so if you would be so kind as to, take away our empty tankards and fill them until one of us can no longer drink, that would be greatly appreciated.
In this heat, you must be mad, but whatever.
Well, I figure if we get drunk enough, the heat won't matter anymore. Know what I mean? When the first glass is here, he kind of grabs it and he goes, "I must apologize, my friend. I will not be holding back." Neither shall I.
And, you see the condensation appear on his glass, but he doesn't reach out to touch yours, and he drinks it.
I drink mine.
It's very, very hot.
Oh yeah.
Make a Constitution save with disadvantage.
That is a 7. Still haven't rolled higher than a 6.
You immediately vomit as you drink the warm, hot liquid. You get it all the way down, it sits in your throat, and then it's hot all the way down, and then it hits your stomach, and you're like...
Not drunk. Just an upset stomach is all.
Your throat's kind of hoarse now, because you scolded it, practically.
Gross.
He goes, "I'm sorry, my friend. It would not be a contest if I helped you win."
This is true. I think I've had enough. Just one and done. That's a pretty bad
It
experience.
will appear I am the winner.
Yes. Tell me, where did you learn to do this little card trick of yours?
Before I was set on my path, it is something I did for my son.
Is it something that you did as a living, or is it just something like you picked up as a trick? Like,
Sometimes people would pay me coin to read their fortunes, but we lived a peaceful life. There was no need for coin.
how accurate would you say your readings have been?
Win some, lose some. The fates are fickle. Once you know that you're onto them, they like to change their minds.
I see. What if I were to tell you that we know a little more about the situation here than we were letting on?
No.
That perhaps fate has brought us together. That maybe we are journeying to try and stop what's happening. Set things right.
I would applaud you for your efforts and greet the notion well.
Tell me, do you believe in dragons?
I've never seen one, but I've also never seen the sky. Not up close, anyway. Who knows what's beyond it?
Well, not only are we looking for that blacksmith that we were talking about earlier, but there is supposedly a dragon that lives at what's the place called again? Blastfire Peak. And that it is the cause of this insane heat, I assume.
Such a creature could have that effect.
Yes, it is one of the oldest dragons. At least from our knowledge.
I'm afraid I am too old to be slaying dragons, my friend. If there is truth to your tale, I'd wish you luck on it.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to let you know that was probably what's going on, but
So you seek to get to the mountain as well?
yeah.
Perhaps we will not be dragon slayers together, but we can be comrades.
Perhaps.
Just friends sharing a drink and a smoke upon the road.
I'd like that. I smoke.
Jin, is there anything you can do to help our journey be a little more comfortable?
I'm told I have a lovely singing voice.
Would you be able to somehow imbue our armor with coolness?
Coolness. I want to look really cool.
Yep.
I want to look really cool.
I already look really cool.
Well, let's find out. I don't think so, but... He tells you, I'm afraid I cannot make your armor look cooler, but...
That's not what I'm
If you're talking about this heat, I may be able to help, but it will not be as comfortable as taking a country breeze.
Whatever you can do.
I don't know what's going on. He's like asking this turtle to give you some magical something.
I just want to be cool and comfortable.
Oh. I mean, we're going up the side of a mountain. It's probably, a volcano. It's probably not going to happen. So,
That's why I said anything he can do would help.
yeah, it's going to be unpleasant.
Says, well, you're welcome to come with me to meet the Emperor in the morning, if you would like.
Do I know that you guys have...
I don't think you guys have ever explicitly talked about it.
I
so-
don't think you have. So I'm open to it. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like,
Yeah, if
that's
you
not
wanna
a
go.
terrible idea.
Yeah, you totally could go. Then you don't have to be all stealthy
Hmm.
and ruin our stealth mission. We'll just meet you up there.
Oh. I'm going with the turtle then.
Alright.
I mean, I have no reason to think
Yeah,
that
you don't.
we can't just walk in there if you're not going to tell me.
Sidebar with spirits.
You've been doing some nefarious stuff in the past.
Alright, I'm going to tell you via message so that no one can hear. So I'm just like pointing at you, like, and telling you in your mind. So, last time we were here, we kind of got in trouble with the Royal Guard. And pretty much are banished. We assume. We didn't really stay to talk. To be fair, we were trying to save the world, and we did.
Oh.
This is why I dyed her hair earlier. So if you want to go with Turtle Man and try to get in the easy way, then perhaps the two of us can sneak around without being noticed.
Very well, then.
Under cover of night. Maybe we'll even go tonight, and we'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go wandering around in the dark with them, so
Okay.
that sounds terrible.
Right. Wing Chi has begun just smoking again, drinking, waiting for you guys to say something as he's just sees you guys staring at each other like, so strange people.
Well, I have decided that if you would allow it, I will accompany you with your journey to the Emperor tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. And what of your friends? Will you be joining us?
Perhaps later. They wish to seek their own way up the mountain. I will not be accompanying them.
A river does not form without pushing through the rocks. I respect that.
Yes.
So how much like what time is it now?
A little late in the day. Possibly a couple hours before nightfall.
Care to go for a stroll?
Like right now, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I need to go and find a good place to do this.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna go venture
Go do some scouting.
the mountainside, the area.
So while you do that, Wing Chi goes another round and he goes, "For you, my friend, you need to smile more."
Yes. I grab it and I cool it down before I drink it.
Is he impressed?
No.
Jin is not impressed.
He
He
doesn't
can
need
do
to
it
be.
too.
I want this turtle to respect me!
This turtle I've never met before until now.
Wing Chi's like that old man that you just want to love for some reason. Everyone who meets him, so I want that guy to love me. Be proud of me.
He's like everyone's grandpa.
Yeah, kind of.
Like the guy on New Girl that Nick meets, who just never says anything, but just like,
Yes.
you're so wise. I remember his name, Tron?
Tran.
Tram?
Or Tran, I don't know. But, so while you guys drink, you guys can go off. What are you looking for exactly?
So, the guard pointed basically over the mountain that Banyang is surrounded in. Like, when you get to the top, you can go, like, more...
So,
And you'll
the
find the
walls
volcano.
itself is a couple hundred feet up.
Yeah.
But even over that, you can see just the very top of the mountain just kind of peeking out, and it's way in the distance.
So here's my thinking, which is why I wanted a map. What if we can get Captain Deskin to pull the ship around the coastline and we climb up the side of the mountain?
Good plan. My plan was to do the same thing without the ship.
Okay, how would we get to the side of the mountain?
I would walk on the side of the mountain, of course. It's me, Alexia. I'm capable of extraordinary things.
Why don't you just dimension door us up there?
I don't know exactly how high it is, and I'm scared.
Very well.
Because if I don't have...
Well, you definitely see it in the distance. And
If I don't know
so
the
it's
exact-
massive in the distance.
yeah.
See, that's my because we're gonna have to get over the wall of Banyang. and
Yeah,
then
that's
up
not
the
a problem
mountain.
at all.
I have spidey boots that will allow me to spider walk.
Oh, yeah.
You have
That's
to
what
carry
I...
those.
I know. Doesn't attune it only take like an hour?
Yeah.
I figured I'd attune to them before leaving, and then when we get to...
That's what I was going to do. I was going to make us so we could spider walk up the walls.
Well, I have boots that'll do that.
Well, there you go. You have boots and I have a spell.
But like then I would take them off and reattune to one of my ranger things while we waited for Ithlin
Okay.
and Jin to get there. But that's the like. So are we like walking around the city to figure out under cover of night where to get over the wall and then
Mm-hmm.
easiest access to the mountain?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we do. We're just walking around, checking out the walls. Oh.
Okay. There are many corners of the wall that run kind of a 20 or 30 feet away from the city. It's pretty easy to find a spot to climb up.
Okay. Like pretty like vacated from like houses and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, just want to pick one of those spots, wait until dark, go over to the corner of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
cast spider climb, walk up the wall.
Put my boots on. Let's see what my attune to. So I'll take my bracers off and attune to the boots.
Okay. So if nothing else, can head on to the morning if you guys want.
Cool.
Anything else?
I was going to say, don't you also have like a cape that lets you just fly?
Yeah, but that only lasts for an hour.
Hmm.
There's no time limit on the boots.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it lasts for an hour as well.
Oh dang it.
It lasts for the duration of the spell of Spider Climb.
All these things that I don't write down.
Yeah, you should probably find magic
It's a
items too.
Spider wonky.
It lasts for as long as the spell lasts in the book.
Alright. So then just to make sure, I'll attune to both the cloak and the boots. Because
Okay.
who knows how long this whole thing's going to take.
Okay.
So I'll take the bracers and the quiver off.
Okay. Do you guys like to do anything else before we move on?
Nope.
Ithlin?
Nope, I'm good.
Aside from finding a place that's like easy enough for us to like just kind of hide and like chill out till morning.
How much do you drink with Wang Chi?
How many drinks do they bring me?
He keeps ordering over and over. Now that Alexia's agreed to pay for his tab, he's just ordering and ordering and ordering. And he doesn't seem to be getting drunk at all. Like, he just seems to just be the same person
Whoa,
the
I did
entire
not
time.
agree to cover the entire fucking tab. You make him stop drinking, sir.
Well, I've drank quite a bit then. I don't know if I'm keeping up with him, but
That's fine. Okay.
Every time you look like you're sick and like you're ready to give up, he's just like, oh, come on, one more!
I am happy to drink something other than the ale that we've been drinking for the last like 2 weeks on the boat. So I've drank a fair amount.
Okay. One more seems to go on for a couple hours as he just keeps going.
Oh,
Finally, when you guys leave, he's holding you up to make sure you don't fall, and he's like, the pretty young girl from earlier will pay for this, my friends. And he leads you off to where he's staying.
okay.
You have dreams of being carried in the arms of a turtle.
Oh,
How nice.
it seems so real.
But you wake up and the hangover is intensified, given the fact that it is
It's really
really
fucking
fucking
hot.
hot. And so
Yeah.
like you sit up and there's like a sweat imprint of your body on the mats.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was really good.
Oh, is there like water around or anything? Like,
Yeah. It's really warm though.
I mean, I can cool it down.
Yeah.
So I do.
Okay.
It kind of like gets some on my face and stuff too.
He goes, "Good morning, Ithlin. Can I interest you in a drink?" And he holds up in his flask to you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Ah, more for me then.
Jeez.
He lights up his pipe and the air is filled like tobacco leaf again.
So, tell me, when are we to have our audience?
Oh, well, I was just coming to wake you, as a matter of fact. You slept till noon.
Yes, I'm feeling a bit unwell. No matter.
Where did you guys sleep?
Well, I was hoping to find like a little cave or something to just like
No
chill in.
caves.
Nothing like that.
No.
Not if we climb over the wall first and then sleep.
Do you want to climb over the wall first? That was the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make stealth checks with advantage.
There we go.
18. Oh, advantage. 21.
Okay.
28.
It does not take you an entire hour to scale the walls. The spell takes you about 20 minutes to get up the walls. It's a couple hundred feet up, but being able to just walk it, it's pretty easy. So,
Does that count for up and down?
yeah.
Cool.
Spell lets you walk upside down on things.
Alright, so now we venture for a cave.
There are no caves.
Explore
And the
first.
mountain itself, you see, as you get over the wall, you see that there are guards a few hundred feet away
Oh.
on that side of it, as well as some on the other side of it that you saw as you were passing over it. The mountain itself looks like it's probably a day's travel away. It looms in the distance. You come out here and you're just in a kind of a wide countryside. All the plant life is dead, however. You don't see any wildlife at all.
If we see the guards, can they see us?
Your stealth checks were high enough that they don't see you.
There's no good place to sleep right now.
How many guards are there?
2?
Just 2?
Yeah.
You gotta knock him out.
Maybe.
I mean, at this point it's 9 times, so you have like 10 hours. You can knock them out every hour. Plus there are guards on the other side of that gate as well, so they're going to hear that.
Is there a way around the guards to get to a spot on the mountain where we can continue?
The mountain mountain's a day's travel away. You climb over the wall and you are in a huge open
So we have to
countryside.
somehow get around.
So if the guards are like,
the guards.
let's say the guards are like 100 feet away over here or something.
Mhm.
Can we just be like, walk down the wall and then just
You can.
go into the, just keep going like straight
can,
till we
yeah.
go away from the guards?
You can.
I think we should do that.
Alright.
Just in the darkness as we're passing by them, just
I'll make another stealth check.
flipping them off.
He's stealthy AF, man.
Do we have advantage again because we're in darkness? No?
No.
20.
That was because you went up the wall to another direct path, but now you're near them.
25.
25?
$28.
28? Yeah, you guys are fine. So, after you guys walk for about 20 or so minutes again, they kind of disappear from view. You can still see the city massive behind you, but they kind of disappear from view, and you can see, like, you have to kind of squint to, like, see them out there.
Where they were at, does it look like that's the area where like there's the main gate that you have to like get permission to go through?
Yes.
So you can assume that he's going to be coming from there at some point. So let's find somewhere like good 10 to 15 minutes like this way that we can still see over here. And then in the morning or whenever he eventually shows up and walks through, we can meet up with him.
So you guys are just gonna sleep in the open field?
And we have like
I guess.
a
I
tent,
mean,
don't
there's... Do we have a tent?
we? In like our traveling gear? Or
I don't have a
sleeping bag?
tent. We have a foldable boat. We could like pop the boat out. We find some place to put the boat.
Just sleep in our rowboat.
Just sleep in this giant boat.
Oh, don't we have like sleeping bags?
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
but you're in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Can I create like a bush around us with
Create
druidcraft?
a bush.
Yeah. I have
Unfortunately,
druidcraft.
it's not that powerful. You can
Oh.
create little flowers to pop up, but it does not create a bush. And whatever flowers you create die instantly.
No.
The land is not fertile at the moment.
Are there any like areas where there's like large boulders like all close next to each other that we could like lay on the other
You could tell that
side?
this used to be lush green fields, and it's just not right now.
Mm.
But it's a really big open field.
I say we just keep putting distance between us and them, and then just find a spot. Just kind of chill out.
But it's just an open field. There is no spot.
Yeah. One of us could probably just stay awake like most of tonight. Till we meet up with Ithlin and Wang Chi, and then eventually, once we make it towards the mountain, that person can just nap like a boss.
Alright, so who wants to stay up and watch?
Oh, I'll stay up and watch you.
Doesn't sound creepy at all.
Oh.
I'm not unnerved in the slightest. Alright, so how much longer do you want to walk?
I don't know, like a half hour.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty good distance away from these people.
Mm-hmm. I pull out my sleeping bag.
It is very, very hot.
I do not pull out my sleeping bag. I use it as a pillow.
Okay. When you wake up, it's kind of sticking to your face because of the sweat. Back to you though. When Wang Shi kind of leads you through the city, smoking and drinking the entire way, he gets to the city guards and, where did I misplace that summons? And he kind of reaches around him and kind of like reaches inside of his shell and he goes, oh, and he takes off his hat and he grabs it and he puts it on.
Classic Wang Chi.
And he hands it to him, and the guards nod to each other and open the gates for you. And you're led up to this massive palace. There are several floors up to the top of the mountain already of this country, or of this capital.
Mm-hmm.
There are several floors, each house magnificent and huge, very kind of Chinese style architecture. But as you walk up these steps more and more and more, you see the most magnificent palace you've ever seen. Almost rivals that of Vamira in its massive structure. This thing is huge. And Wang Chi kind of mutters to you and he goes, it's hard to believe one man needs such a large house.
Indeed.
As you are led through these halls, there's amazing pieces of not the dragons you've seen, but kind of these long, slender type dragons, and suits of armor kind of line the wall, and swords that you've never really seen before. It's a different style. As you're led through these huge, very well painted, bright red and gold colors, and eventually you're led into this enormous room, and to the far end there's a throne at the top and a long measure of stairs leading up to it. And out there is sitting a man, maybe early 40s, wearing a blue robe and his hair kind of pulled up. You see several of other people wearing kind of similar colors but different style of robe, and the soldiers there are kind of like, it's so hot, please hurry. And they cast some kind of spell on them, and then they go, oh, it's much better. And they get up and they leave and they go resume their duties. When you are standing before the Emperor, Wang Chi goes, Azuma, it is good to see you, my old friends. And the Emperor, Master, it's so good to see you, and he begins walking down the stairs.
Oh, wow.
But the Emperor was Romero?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the Emperor's some guy named Azuma.
Just said that. Never mind. I'm just gonna sit in my field.
Yeah. He comes on the steps and they kind of give a hug real quick, and he goes, it's been too long, Master. And he goes, yes, I see you've done well for yourself. And he goes, well, you do what I can to make the world a better place. He goes, you've done a fine job. Oh, this is Ithlin. He is my new protege. He goes, pleasure, Ithlin.
Hello.
goes, well, what can I do for you, Master? I don't suspect you've come all this way simply to say hello. He goes, I wish it were so, but with this heat going on, I must get to the mountain. I'm sure you understand. And he goes, yes, the weather has been quite trifling. I've heard reports in Verendrian and Aria similar weather patterns are happening. Seems the world's gone mad. He goes, the elements are at war, this is true. But hopefully I can put them at ease. He goes, Master, if anyone can do it, I believe in you, but I feel like this is beyond simple nature and its imbalances. We will see, but for now I must ask permission to head up to the mountain. He goes, of course it's granted. And will you be accompanying him?
Yes, I have my own reasons for needing to get up the mountain, but I would accompany him.
Very well. Well, there's not much that I can do, but he kind of claps his hands and someone comes forward. One of the robe persons, they open up a little chest for you, and there's 4 potions, and they kind of shift between colors momentarily, and they do this continuously, and he goes, these will help your journey be more pleasant, Master. He kind of motions for you to grab them.
Oh, okay. I grab him.
Okay. So you have 4 potions of Endure Elements.
Ooh.
He goes, I hope these work. I've had them commissioned the last few months just to ensure that my soldiers can keep watch here. My mages are tired casting the spell over and over again, but hopefully my alchemists have done a good job replicating the magical effect. He goes, I'm sure it will be fine, Azuma. You've done well. I'm afraid time is of the essence, so I must take my leave, but it was good to see you. He goes, yes. Perhaps next time we meet it'll be on different circumstances, and can have a drink like in the old days. And I look very much forward to that. And with that, he kind of tips his hat and he turns around to leave.
Mm-hmm. No. So, thank you.
Alright, and then out in 20 minutes. So as you guys reach the gates, Wing Chi pulls out the slip of paper he just got, and he holds it up to him, and the guards look at him and go, good luck out there, you're going to need it. And they open the gates, and up top people pull the ropes, just when this huge gate opens up. And you see this huge barren kind of filled out before you. And you know, such a shame. This place used to be so beautiful. Shall we wait for your friends?
No, I suppose we should venture on for a bit. If they are sneaking around here somewhere, I do not think they would be this close to the gate.
Sneaking? Why would they do that?
Oh, yes. That is why I did not accompany them. They wished to sneak out of here. I am not stealthy, so I wish to do no such thing.
If you sneak around, how are you living honestly?
Yes, they did impart some knowledge to me about perhaps a misunderstanding of the last time they were here. I was not with them, so I could not speak to the validity of it, but...
I've been privy to many misunderstandings. I'm sure in time it will work out. But come, my boy, we have a long trek.
Yes.
So when you guys wake up, do you stay in the same place and wait for them, or do you head towards the mountain as well?
I would like to stay in roughly near the same place, because I assume we went pretty far out so that we could intercept them once they presumably got through the gate, and then travel the rest of the way with them.
Okay. So after about an hour of walking, you stumble across Varys and Alexia kind of just laying, sprawled out looking up at the sky. They're like sweating profusely, and there's like it's just like pouring down their faces, like they've been in the rain. Their hair is drenched.
Are they like under anything, or is the sun just beating
There's
down on
nothing
them?
for them to be under. So
Oh, that's a horrible.
yeah, you're feeling the same effect. Like if you're wearing your armor, you're like a toaster strudel right now.
No, I'm not wearing it.
Okay.
Did you see that, Alexia? That one looked like a cocoon erupting and turning into a butterfly and going off.
Wait, how much?
Funny thing clouds are.
Oh, clouds.
There aren't any clouds. I'm just heat stroke.
That sounds about right.
I wonder when his son will come. I gave up looking for him.
You what? You haven't been paying attention to the road?
Well, neither of you and I look over.
Sleeping! You're supposed to be watching out.
I was told by the DM just now that we were both awake and just staring at the sky.
Yeah, this is way past. This is morning at this point. Like it's way past
I mean,
afternoon.
You assume I'm awake. Okay.
I mean, if you're not awake, you're not awake, and I'll.
Since he apparently was not watching the road just now, I turn, kind of like lazily, like roll over,
Yeah.
and look at the road to see if
You
I
see
him.
Wang Chi and Ethelyn just marching up the.
I muster all of my energy to hit theirs and say, "There they are."
Why do you always hit me? It's just a thing. Where? I don't see them. I'm still looking up at the sky.
If you rolled over and looked at the road, you would.
I don't roll, but I just sit up, but I'm not facing towards the road. I can't see the road.
Turn around.
Turn around. Now I see you. Oh,
See them red faced and probably sunburned and. Well, that's the thing. It's not even the sun's not even really out. Is the thing. It is more so just hot. So maybe not sunburned, but they're definitely red faced and drenched in sweat.
hello, Ethan. Over here.
They kind of look over, oh, hello. I'm wearing a thing on my head, it's like a shirt or something that I had with me that's wet,
Sure.
and I every so often just kind of touch it and make it cold.
Okay.
I mean, it's still very unpleasant out, but it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just rejoined the group and
Yeah, you two look miserable. Allow me to help. And he kind of moves his hands around like this, and then the air around you guys just kind of and just kind of warm, not hot, not anymore.
wow, that is a relief. So
I'm sorry, this is the best I can do.
it's better than nothing. I can't tell you how happy I am to have encountered another person that can manipulate the things around them.
What do you mean?
Oh, little magical things.
It is more than that. I am in tune with the elements, and so I can bend them, the ebb and flow which they wish to go. You see, I do not control them, merely I move them along.
I see. Well, shall we continue? Do you have food?
I have, ale.
With my last experience with Bonyang Ale, I'm not in the mood for that, so, whatever. Let's do this as quickly as possible.
Okay. While you guys are walking along, it is more, just like I said, just more warm while you're within 10 feet of Wingtree. The air around him seems to be less hostile for whatever reason.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely stay in close proximity to him.
Okay. It's about a day's travel, so... You guys want to do anything during that travel, or...?
Find food. Oh, the whole place has been scorched. No food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
We're
Yeah.
gonna die.
Nothing's really growing here.
Are there any vermin out and about?
No,
Digging
it
holes.
reminds you of the Celian Desert. It is barren and there's nothing there.
I mean, last time I was in the Sicilian desert, there was a oasis. That isn't there anymore.
We did not
Nah, I
prepare
don't want to do
well.
anything.
I'm good.
So there's a mildly comfortable journey, but more uncomfortable than anything. The good news is the heat seems to be deterring anything from stalking you guys, as you don't see even a bush move with any kind of wildlife, no birds, no smaller animals. Nothing is out and about. However, once you guys start getting to the mountain, you see it within the distance, and the sun's gone down at this point. It's still very hot. As you get closer to the mountain, the heat becomes even more intense. And after a while, whatever Wing Chi's doing to make it bearable, it's not working anymore. And he goes, "I'm sorry, my friends. I'm afraid I'm at my limit." At that point, the air kind of releases around him, and it is even hotter than it was before. He goes, "This mountain seems to be the source of the heat."
Mm-hmm. How do you suggest we fix it?
Well,
What is the mountain telling you?
that's a good point. He kind of sits down and starts meditating.
Alright, should we take this time to rest?
Do you wish to continue up the mountain, or I fear staying here closer than we have to, or longer than we have to, is ill-advised.
How long is your meditation going to take?
It has taken me weeks before to receive an answer from nature. I cannot say.
Well, I don't know about you, but I stayed up for an entire day.
Oh, that's
So-
right. You haven't like slept.
You're going to get some very uncomfortable sleep.
If we could just like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like maybe like a 4-hour power nap.
Okay.
Oh,
I take this time to take off the boots and the cloak and put my...
Okay. So what's the plan? Are we doing a full rest, half a full rest? Like, what's the plan?
I wanted to sleep for just 4 hours to get just some sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, like a short then. That's fine.
Well, it's longer than the short for sure. It's half of the full rest, so
But like not a full rest.
full rest would be 8
Definitely.
hours. The
Yeah,
short rest would be half an
definitely.
hour to an hour. So
Yeah.
okay, just want to like cycle sleep for like half an hour. That's fine. Or 4 hours. That's fine. But that won't take away point of exhaustion. Unfortunately, you need to sleep a full night to get rid of that. So
Oh, was I exhausted?
yeah, if you stay up all night, you get a point of exhaustion.
I don't remember what that does.
The first one just gives you disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I only sleep for 4 hours.
Okay.
Alright, then we've been... Jin, are you going to stay here and meditate?
I suppose I could do it at the top as well.
Alright, well, we're heading out.
Oh, you're going to the top?
Yes.
I will go with you then.
Very well.
Better air up there, hopefully.
Unlikely, but sure.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Alright. So the good news about traveling at night is that things are asleep, so there's much less chance of getting encounters.
I was just wanting it to be slightly cooler.
It does not happen.
Unlucky.
Yeah, you're getting pretty lucky with these encounters.
Are we, though?
We can handle.
Potential food sources.
After walking a couple hours up the mountain, you do come into an area where you see these these red kind of lizard shapes kind of curled up next to each other, and they are these kind of black obsidian looking egg-shaped things next to where they're laying. You come to this huge kind of area.
I'm not a fan of reptiles. Especially, probably not what they taste like.
you guys are coming in this way. Coming to this kind of big circular area. And you see these little smaller ones next to him. But they currently appear to be asleep. Oh, there it is. What would you like to do?
This is like the only way forward. Is like
Yes.
through
Yeah.
what we see here.
Yeah.
Stealthily
You see
sneak
the
by.
path kind of diverge up or continue up that past them.
I mean, we've got to sneak by him. I mean, what else is there?
Stealthily sneak.
They definitely remind you of like something dragon-like in nature, but no wings, just kind of on all fours.
Okay.
Roll stealth checks. You guys want to sneak? Going for
Sure.
Wing Chi. You have inspiration.
Nice.
You still have your inspiration.
Jesus.
Alright.
Well, I got a 15.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice. And you're not wearing your armor currently, so you
Correct.
it's a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have luck, and you still have. Did you disadvantage by the way? It's in build
Mhm.
Okay.
It's not terrible. I'll use a point of luck and see what happens.
Okay. You have to use that roll, so.
Oh, 16's not terrible, but... Yeah, 16. I mean, that's well above average. So.
So you guys all get to about here. Doesn't seem to be making any noise. I don't really have that many for Joanne. Let's say he's this nice. Make an stealth check.
$17?
25.
I am going to use a point of luck this time.
Okay.
That was not great. Oh, that was even worse. 4.
You can use another point of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You have inspiration as well.
Oh. Yeah, I'll save that. I'll keep using the points of luck. So.
Okay.
That's fair. 17.
Alright.
I'll keep that.
So you Ethlyn especially, you step on something and you thought you heard like kind of a loud sound. You kind of look around really quick and everything kind of stirs, but nothing stands up, and you're like, oh, thank God. You guys successfully get past and make one more stealth check. You guys walk between them. You can hear them breathing. You can feel their hot breath.
Jesus Christ. 12?
18.
Great. Now the fighting music starts. 22.
Varys, you kind of find a loose rock and you kick it, and it forward.
Wow.
See this one stand up and kind of look around. Starts making kind of like a hissing sound, and the other one stand up and look around as well. What do you guys want to do?
I heard this rumor a while back that if you stand perfectly still, that the reptiles can't see you. So I just freeze.
Well, did I pass the stealth check?
Yeah, everyone did with Varys.
Okay. I keep going.
They currently stand up and are looking around now, so you...
If you move, they're gonna notice the movement.
Yeah, stealthing's not really do you guys run or fight is what I'm asking.
Mm. I'm not wearing any armor. I want to run away, so
Okay.
I don't want to fight him.
Bad time to take off the cloak. Fucking run.
Okay.
I don't want to fight these things right now.
As you guys start running, Wang Chi kind of moves his arms around him and he goes, "Everybody hurry!" And you guys feel much faster for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like a gush.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I take off after that, as I am now able to run much faster.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will say that since you guys were at the end, you're able to outrun them. So eventually you hear them give up and kind of move away. Alright. It's probably about 2 a.m. at this point. You've been walking for 4 to 5 hours. What would you guys like to do? You kind of look up and you're getting there. You're pretty close to the top. But it's become increasingly hotter. Seemingly every step you take, it gets warmer and warmer.
And we haven't seen any indication of, like, I don't know, like areas of the mountain that look like they've been mined or anything. Like, any indication that maybe a legendary blacksmith.
This mountain actually
place
looks
appeared?
relatively untouched. Like, nothing lives here, nothing comes here.
Hmm.
The rumors about how it's basically uninhabitable seem to be mostly true. Those lizards seem to be native, and even them seem like they just weren't interested in putting much effort out.
I say we continue on.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, you reach the top of the mountain around the time the sun begins to come up. So, you'll have another point of exhaustion, and you all have points of exhaustion now.
Hmm.
So, for you two, you have disadvantage on ability checks. For you, you have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Okay.
But you get to the top, and if it weren't for the fact that it were blistering hot, it's almost a serene sight. You kind of look over and you can see Gonyang in the distance, and you can see the rest of the countryside, and see several other cities or small villages that seem to be peppered out throughout the distance, and it's kind of a beautiful sight. If it weren't like 200 degrees outside, you'd really enjoy it. Wang Chi, however, he comes up and he goes, "Oh, so beautiful! This is nature's marvel. Take this in, my friends. You'll never see a sight like this again."
If only it weren't so hot.
"Oh, those potions! Why not distribute them among your friends?"
How long do they last?
8 hours.
Oh, okay, cool. I do so.
So Ithlin hands you these vials that have... It changes from like a red to a purple to a blue to a green, and it just shifts that color constantly.
What is this?
I received them from the palace. They are potions of endure elements. They should shield us from this heat, hopefully.
Enduring the elements. I'll, like, take the stopper off mine and just...
Smells alchemical.
Drink it.
I drink mine.
So you drink it, and you go through several flashes of it's hot, it's cold, it's just right, it's not right, it feels really bad. Think you have a fever, you think that you're like freezing, and that's fine. Feels really good, as a matter of fact. You almost feel a breeze.
Can I see any
I feel
sign
chipper.
of like a crystal similar to the one in Vanden or a
You don't
dragon?
see anything. Like I said, you've reached the top of the mountain, you don't see any kind of crystal. Everybody go ahead and make dexterity saving throws.
No.
Nice. Jesus Christ, you're on fire tonight.
So I just have disadvantage on ability checks and my speed's halved?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's my
Still haven't rolled higher than a 6. So,
My last point of luck.
It shows you're exhausted.
16.
14.
14. So 14, 16, natural 20. Let's see what she gets. He rolls a natural 1.
Oh no.
I need that bucket. So you guys hear it before you feel it. You hear this loud crash on the ground, and these spikes of rock begin jutting up from around you. You guys jump out of the way in time, except for you and Wing Chi. So you guys will take 7 points of damage, and you will take 14. As these rock formations just jut out of the ground, just whooshing up, very, very pointy, jagged.
What was that?
And you guys turn around, and you see this very tall, maybe 7 feet tall, completely bald head, but kind of a long beard. You can see he's not wearing a shirt, he's wearing pants, and that's about it. And you can see he's got like a 12-pack going, like he's shredded. He is very, very fit. And he's got this huge maul in his hand, and he's lifting it up from the ground. And some of the earth is just kind of like sticking to it, but not from it being in the ground. Almost magically, he pulls it up, and it kind of disconnects from the hammer, and the spikes kind of start falling down. And he goes, "Leave this place.
Who are you?
This is none of your concern. Leave, or be in pieces."
Wing Chi, do you recognize him?
He does not seem friendly.
No, okay. It's not Romero.
My God.
What? He's earthbending.
Do you live here or something?
Enough questions. Go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
Oh, come on.
Oh, god damn it. It's another natural 1. It wasn't, and then it fucking was.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, look, connect one.
Nice.
Doesn't count then.
Natural 20.
Doesn't count.
Oh.
He has disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. So 25 to 20? I'm rolling for
20.
Chi as well.
20.
Who has a higher dexterity between you two?
Me.
Yeah, him
By
probably.
a lot.
There's Ithlin. 20 to 15?
17.
Okay. Alright, Varys, go ahead and start us off.
I'm going to call forth my packed weapon. And I'm going...
The scimitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just going to continue trying to talk this guy down. So, we don't mean you any harm. We're just looking for a legendary blacksmith that's said to live around here. We need his help in stopping these ancient dragons from destroying the place. You know where we could find him?
I don't know how you know about such things, but your quest is not here.
Oh. Yeah, that's all I do.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Ithlin, you're up.
Yeah, I have some Sprite if you want to use that as a chaser.
It's initially like Earthray vodka's weird.
Delicious.
That's weird.
Why are you taking
I
another
rolled
shot?
another natural 1.
Oh, I thought you already took the first one.
No, I also rolled 1 for his initiative, unfortunately. Here you go. Ugh. Gonna give that time to settle. Ugh. What would you like to do with one?
So, I'm going to... I'm going to try and talk to him. I'm going to try and talk to someone for once.
Oh, yeah.
So out of character.
Has all his Varys' nagging finally caught up to you?
Well, I mean, like, this guy could be the blacksmith. That's feasible. I'm going to... let's see. Because, I mean, we're also, like... there's probably, like, a dragon around here somewhere. Like, that makes sense. Like, this guy probably knows stuff. We are seeking the location of a dragon. A legendary dragon that has been sealed away, and we believe its location is somewhere around here. We do not wish to fight you. We only wish to fight the dragon if we must. And I wrote it down. I recite the poem to him, and I say, does this mean anything to you?
Recite the poem.
So it's unforgiving fire and fury. Those who enter turn to ash.
No, it's unforgiving fire and fury.
That's what
Flash.
That's what I wrote
Those
down.
who enter turn to ash.
Okay.
It rhymes.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion's pretty low, I think.
Yeah.
Still have your inspiration.
I do. I'll probably need to use it. Yep, let's use that.
Alright, so inspiration and luck is gone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I rolled the same thing. So it's a 6. I think I rolled 2 7s, I think.
He kind of twirls his hammer and holds in the ready position. He goes, "You don't know what you're talking about. You speak with arrogance. I'm warning you one more time. Leave or leave in pieces." So persuasion's your action. Do you have any bonus actions you want to use? Alright. So Wang Ji kind of jumps in between you guys, and he claps his hands together, and out of them, this huge fire dragon just pulls out of it, kind of envelops in the guy. Passes the save, at least. Max damage, that's impossible. Max damage twice. So you see it kind of like hit the guy and just explode, and then the flames kind of cease, and he kind of, Wang Chi kind of like pushes his hands down, the flames also kind of disperse. And you see the guy just kind of walk through the fire, and he's got burn marks, and you can see part of his skin revealed and everything like that, and as he's walking through, his wounds start healing.
Hmm.
He's immortal.
Alexia, you're up.
How did Wing Chi go before me?
Because he got higher than you.
Oh, I thought he got a nat 1 for his initiative.
No, this guy, the guy you're fighting, got a natural 1.
Alright. You say our quest is not here, and yet you are healing before our eyes. And we know the legendary blacksmith we are looking for to be immortal. So just be truthful with us.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh. 9.
Doesn't matter who I am or what legends you know. I'm done warning you. And on his turn, he grabs the hammer and he slams it into the ground again. This time, fire erupts between all of you guys. Go ahead and make dexterity saving throws.
30.
Not high enough.
Also natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
nat 20 also.
Nice.
Did not get a nat 20.
You did Wing Chi, it's cool.
Got 22.
22? And you guys will all take half damage. You guys will all take 9 points of damage. Varys, back up to you.
And I look at Varys and I'm like, "You're the persuasive one! Do something!"
Right. Alright, let's try and get you to settle down a little bit, and I cast Bigby's hand.
Okay. See your giant purple hand just kind of coalesce into energy.
Just move it over to here, and I'm going to have it attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
Is he medium size or smaller?
He's medium still. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
2 8s.
16?
Bixby's hand lunges at him to grapple him, and he takes a hammer and he bashes it away.
Wow. What a jerk. That's all I got.
Ithlin? Do you guys think of any ways that you have proof of what you say? What?
What? What the heck is that? Oh. The thing that's on my back? The thing that's clearly visible?
Hey man, he's not looking at your back. Besides, if you think it's the weapon, he would have been the one to make it. He would have recognized it.
Or he's like trying to bash us in the face right now, so I want him to be restrained so that I could be like, hey, look at this thing!
Fine. Grasping arrow. Got it.
I don't think I have any proof. So let's see.
You have a book that was
His
transcribed.
notes. Yeah.
No, I took
you
notes
took
from it. I
notes.
didn't take the book.
Should have taken the book.
Do you have the book about goat farm breeding?
Of course I have that. I don't think he cares.
No, what if that's the one thing? She's like, I've been looking for a hobby.
Always wanted some sweaty goats.
He like secretly wrote the book and has just been waiting like his whole life for someone to make the journey here to get an autograph.
That's exactly the kind of quest I would write, too. You know me too well. What do you want to do, Ithlin?
I don't know, like, should I attack him?
It's up to you.
Should I not? I don't know. Could certainly hex him.
It's true.
Yeah, I'll hex him.
Okay. What does he have disadvantage on?
I mean, strength, probably. That would make sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. I would have to go up and melee him. Because it's a spell, right?
Hex? Or Hexblade's Curse? What are you trying to do?
It's Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
Isn't it a spell?
Yeah, but you don't have to
Yeah.
melee him. It's just a bonus action.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still casting, so I would have...
It just takes up your bonus action. You can still walk up and hit him.
Oh. I'm not wearing armor, though. I kind of don't want to do that. It seems like a bad idea. Nah, I'm just going to do that. I really don't want to melee attack him. That sounds bad.
Wing Chi kind of stomps his foot into the ground, and beneath this man, a large earth hand kind of comes out of the ground and tries to grab him. Well, that'll do it, I guess. So it successfully grabs him in between his hand, and he's currently struggling trying to get through it, and his hammer's kind of like hanging down to the side. Alexia, you're up.
Alright.
He's currently restrained.
I start yelling at
Okay.
him.
There's not much I can do against a natural 20.
I tell him. Okay, so first I tell Varys to hold up the bow that he has. And I look at the guy we're fighting and I say, we found this bow in the treasure trove of Kelverath the dragon on Tempest Peak. Does it look familiar?
He's restrained right now, so he's currently just.
So he can't see anything.
He can, but he's not gonna say anything. He's currently trying to break out this huge stone hand that is wrapped around him. Are you trying to make a persuasion check? Is that what you'd like to do?
Trying to get him to look at the bow.
Okay, well, it's on Varys' back, so he can't see his
I told
back.
him to pull it out.
He can do that on his turn.
Oh my god. This game is dumb.
It's your turn right now, though.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna attack him.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Tell him where we got the bow, and hopefully Varys holds it up next time.
So he easily, the hammer kind of glows momentarily, and then the hand around him just shatters and splinters out. That seems to be his move, though. So he kind of adjusts him, and then he scratches that the hand gave him start to heal as well. Varys, it's your turn.
Alright. Move over to here so that he can see me. And I pull Leviathan off my back.
Okay.
I'm like, do you recognize this? This seems like something that your handicraft would have forged. So this weird bow that I found in, as she said, a treasure trove belonging to a white dragon.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh cool, so it's just a straight roll. That'll do it. That's a 30.
Okay. He kind of takes one hand off the hammer, but still in his hand, and he goes, "Where did you get that?
I literally just told him.
How did that come into your possession?"
Well, we were in the middle of a festival, and I don't know if you've ever been to Verindran, but we were in the capital city of Vandon, and there was a crystal that was in the center of the festival that was keeping everybody cool, and it exploded and opened a portal that we ended up going through, and through this portal we managed to find this giant ice castle, and we ascended the castle, and inside was the biggest creature I've ever seen. The only thing that could describe it would be a dragon, and unfortunately we woke up this dragon and had to kill it, and among its treasure pile was this bow.
I doubt Kelveroth would allow you to escape with her belongings unless you truly did slay her.
Oh yes.
And he kind of starts walking towards you.
Like, non-threateningly?
He's pretty threatening in general, so it's hard to tell.
I
But he's
allow
not
it.
charging you.
Okay. Yeah, the hand, he can just walk through the hand.
He drops the hammer on the ground. It kind of makes a thud sound as it does. And sticks straight up.
Oh boy.
And he grabs the bow from you. Do you let him?
Sure.
He starts looking it over and kind of like rubbing it down. And goes, "It's lost much of its power."
It would seem my theory is correct then.
He kind of pulls it out and fires an arrow off real quick. And he goes,
Where'd he get the arrow?
"He made it."
Just out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've
What
been
a-
over this.
what
It's
a
a
boss.
Quincy bow. Don't you know what anime is?
No, the arrow kind of forms when he does it. You don't know how he did it, but he seemed to make the arrow appear, and then he fired it. And he goes, "Still works, though. What do you want with me?"
Well, we were hoping you could help us.
Help you with what? I just want to be left alone.
Yes, I would assume so that you'd want to be left alone, but there are events that are transpiring out in the world that are inevitably going to bring somebody here that is also going to seek your help. Only they're going to seek your help for a different reason.
Can handle myself. I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we're here because there was another dragon, another white dragon, much smaller than the one that we killed before, that pretty much was the mastermind behind unleashing that portal in Vanden that we tracked to a nearby town. Well, relatively speaking, nearby.
I doubt your dragon is responsible for opening up the sealing stone.
Oh yeah, I know. But she was interested in this book that he managed to copy down, which is how we learned about you. And the other dragons, and many of the elder gods.
You servants of the gods.
No. We're actually trying to stop them from coming back, I assume. That are the dragons. Both? Both.
The dragons are released. It's the end of the world. Maybe it's time this rock finally burns. And the gods along with it.
Or, maybe, the three of us could, just, if you'd help us, put things back the way they were. I mean, you have the proof in your hand that we've already slain one of them. Who's to say we can't slay the other, what was it, 3?
Mm-hmm.
You might be strong. Possibly strong enough. I have no interest in the affairs of the gods, though.
Yep. So you were saying that the bow has lost its power. What was used to power it in the past?
The gods collected many materials from many different planes. This is the result of those efforts. She's one of a kind, and he kind of rubs it down a little bit more.
Interesting. Well, an old comrade of ours sort of turned to the dark side. And when we defeated the white dragon, he appeared before us out of nowhere. And he was, flying. And said some mumbo-jumbo. And held up a gauntlet, and the soul, I believe, of this dragon, or something from it, was pulled from the dragon's body and went into this gauntlet that he had on. And we believe that he's trying to go around collecting these, whatever that is, from the dragons.
So let them. Your dragons are defeated. The world keeps on spinning.
Do you know what the gauntlet is for?
Never heard of it. I didn't make it.
Great. Do you know the locations of the other dragons?
I know what they looked like back then. And one sleeps beneath us now, and he kind of pats the ground with his foot.
How do we get to it?
You are arrogant. Sinjaratheron was the mightiest of the 4,
Oh, wonderful.
and you would just march into his domain.
Yes.
You'll surely perish.
Not if you help us.
The gods bade me immortal against my will. I was forced to watch my family grow old before me and die. They refused to make them like me. I already tried to help, and I was punished for it.
How do we imbue the bow with its original power?
Well, first, it's gotta accept you as its owner. See, you're just using it as a tool, but weapons, they have spirits of their own.
I see.
It's funny, I thought all these weapons were destroyed. I didn't know some of them survived. I created these things to destroy those bastards.
The dragons.
The gods.
The gods themselves.
Yes. For what they did to me.
Oh, I'm very interested in hearing about this.
I told you, they made me immortal against my will.
How exactly does one craft a god-killing weapon?
I told you, many of the materials I used were brought from other planes of existence, other worlds beyond ours. I crafted them in secret, and they found out.
How many weapons did you forge?
Hundreds.
Damn, son.
But they were all destroyed, or so I thought. Someone kept these around. I wonder how many survived.
I believe it stands to reason that there might be more of these weapons with the dragons.
The legend does say that they were sealed away. Could be that a great many have survived.
So what's your plan then? Kill the dragon, save the world?
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time we saved the world from, like, gods.
You stand against the gods, you say?
Yeah.
Them, perhaps. Not I.
At least one.
Would you stand against them as well?
If we felt the need.
Yeah. The one god that we defeated was crazy about trying to start the world again. She was a challenge, but at the time weakened, I think. We didn't really have the means to finish her off, but I do intend to go back there and finish the job. She has something of mine.
Make a persuasion check to advantage.
Oh, cool. Another just straight roll. That is 29.
If you truly stand to oppose the gods, then perhaps you and I can make a deal.
What kind of deal?
If you find more of these, weapons like this, and he tosses the bow back to you, I'll tell you how to make them stronger.
Interesting.
For now, you need to kill some big scaly beasts, huh?
Would appear so, yes.
Great. So you have to come back to Bonnie eventually.
As you are now, I doubt you could destroy Sindratheron.
Oh.
But I crafted weapons, artifacts, to help the gods seal them away in the first place. It's possible they still survive.
Just dragon slaying weapons, then.
More than that. But yes, I suppose put it nonchalantly, yeah.
And what did you want in exchange for all this again?
So don't you kill those bastards. Make the gods pay.
Kill him, make him pay. We're good at that.
Well, I crafted 3 weapons. It's how we sealed them away in the first place. It was how I ended my punishment. There's a sword. I crafted a handful of arrows. And an orb.
A sword. arrows and an orb.
Yes.
I'm guessing we're not going to find these things all in the same place, are we?
I don't even know if they're around anymore, but if they are, it's your best bet.
Any idea where we might go looking for these?
Wing Chi kind of pipes up and goes, I have heard of a witch who can answer divine anything, really. And here she lives in the wilds here in Bangyang.
A witch who lives in the wilds that can divine anything.
You recall when he flipped over the witch card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a story, but I don't know if it's true.
So, what did each of these things do exactly? What made them special?
They're highly effective against dragons.
I see.
The arrows and the sword were just effective. But the orb, dragon's tear I called it, seemed to weaken the life force of those bastards.
Nice.
So if they exist, I hope you find them, but even if you don't, you get what I want either way. This rock's gonna burn. Those bastards right along with it.
Wang Chi, do you know where we might begin looking for this witch?
I hear she resides in the forest, a few days' travel away. It's a rumor. I've never seen her myself, of course, nor have I met anyone who claimed to see her. It's a legend, but we are standing in front of a legend, so perhaps it is true.
Alright. Then perhaps a return to town and then a venture to find the witch.
Sounds like a good idea.
So he points over yonder, down the side of the cliff. He points to a nearby village. You can tell it's probably going to take you a few days to get there, and he goes, I believe that was Rakan. The forest surrounding there seems what I was told where she resides. If she exists, as I said.
Then we better not waste any time.
We have no food.
Before we leave, I produce 3 large dragon scales out of my pack. Smith, tell me, would you be interested in making me something out of these? One would assume that even a small handful of scales of an ancient dragon must be worth something.
He grabs the 3 that you have, and he goes, I'm going to need a hell of a lot more than this if I'm going to make anything. Says it's not about the materials, it's the magic these things carry. Could make you a suit of armor, sure. But if you want to count for something, I need a lot more.
Very well. Keep them as a trinket, a memento, I suppose.
Don't do that. Bring me any more and I might be able to help, but I don't use the forge anymore. That's what got me in this position in the first place.
Okay.
What do you know of the Aether Marked?
Surely the one I knew was dead by now.
Is there any symbol or some way to specific to the Aether Mark to identify them?
They look like you and me. They can be born to any race, anywhere in the world.
Okay.
But the way these crystals are acting up, one has to be involved. They're the only ones who can open them or close them. You guys want anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Do you have any food?
There's those lizards that we passed by.
We're gonna bum food off of it.
I don't have to eat.
He's lucky.
I don't know if lucky is the word that I would use.
Yeah, well, we need to get provisions before going on another journey.
Wing Chi goes, I believe I will stay here if you don't mind. There's much communing with nature to be done, and perhaps I can at least calm these elements a small amount. And he goes, I don't care. Just don't bother me. And he slings his hammer over his shoulder and starts walking down the mountain. And that was the rule of tonight's session, guys.
We can actually
Alright.
follow behind him and say, we're not following you, we're just going in the same direction.
So, thank you guys for hanging out with us, and I know this has been kind of like combat light, but there's a lot of lore building going on right now. I tried to throw an encounter at them, but they snuck by them, so what can you do? But hey, if you've been enjoying our stream so far, if you're new or a returning member, thank you, welcome, hello. If you'd like to see what's going on, how they even got to this point, what the fuck all these like nods are, our YouTube channel is in the link down below, and you can watch every episode up to that point, from episode 1 to this one. And our Twitter and Facebook, that's all linked down there as well. So if I do anything or we do anything special, I post it there, so you can come hang out and watch us. And yeah, stay nerdy, my friends. We'll see you next week.